Every single day, in facilities spread across nearly every corner of the globe, billions of beverage containers are filled, sealed, and prepared for delivery, all within a matter of hours. This is the story of how one bottle is made. The production process begins long before a single bottle is formed. Every day, large tanker trucks arrive at the facility carrying the most critical raw ingredients: purified water, concentrated syrup, and carbon dioxide gas. Alongside liquid deliveries, separate shipments bring carbon dioxide stored in massive pressurized steel cylinders, granulated sugar, and the raw polymer pellets used to manufacture the bottles themselves. Before any material enters the facility, it passes through a rigorous incoming quality control checkpoint. Trained laboratory technicians collect samples from every single delivery. Water is tested for pH balance, mineral content, microbial presence, and chemical purity. Syrup concentrate is checked for Brix levels, a precise measurement of dissolved sugar content. Carbon dioxide is analyzed for purity. Even trace contaminants in CO2 can affect the flavor and clarity of the final product. Only materials meeting every specification are cleared for use. Any batch that falls outside tolerance is quarantined, documented, and returned to the supplier. There are no exceptions. The integrity of the finished product depends entirely on the integrity of what goes into it. Water is the single largest ingredient in any carbonated beverage, typically more than 80% of the final product by volume. This makes the water treatment system one of the most critical installations in the entire plant. Municipal water, even when it meets local drinking standards, is not pure enough for beverage production. The process begins with pre-thaw partial sediment, followed by activated carbon filters that absorb chlorine and organic compounds. Next, the water enters a multi-stage reverse osmosis system, a membrane-based technology that forces water through extremely fine semi-permeable membranes at high pressure, removing dissolved salts, heavy metals, and molecular-level contaminants. After reverse osmosis, the water is exposed to ultraviolet light irradiation, neutralizing any remaining biologic and biodisrupting their DNA. In some facilities, additionally, the treated water is then held in sealed, food-grade stainless steel storage tanks. Automated sensors measure conductivity, pH, and total dissolved solids in real time, every reading feeding into the facility's central control system. While water is being treated on one side of the facility, the bottles themselves are being manufactured on the other, entirely on site, at a rate that often exceeds 50,000 bottles per hour on a single production line. It begins with small, solid plastic pellets made from polyethylene terephthalate, known as PET. These pellets are fed from nourishing silos into exceeding 250 degrees Celsius. What emerges from this first stage is not a bottle, it is a preform, a small, thick-walled tube with the bottle's neck and thread already formed, but the body still a dense, solid cylinder of plastic. These preforms are inspected visually and dimensionally before being transferred to the stretch blow molding machines, the equipment that will transform them into the final bottle shape. In the stretch blow molding machine, each preform is reheated in a precisely controlled oven until pliable. A mechanical rod stretches it downward while compressed air at pressures of... The result is a finished PET bottle with walls sometimes less than half a millimeter thick, yet strong enough to withstand the internal pressure of carbonated liquid. The stretching process aligns the polymer chains, increasing both strength and gas barrier properties. Immediately after molding, every bottle is scanned by high-resolution camera systems. These cameras check wall thickness, optical clarity, structural deformity, and dimensional accuracy. Any bottle failing inspection is automatically ejected and sent for recycling. Meanwhile, in the syrup room, a climate-controlled, highly restricted area of the plant, trained technicians are preparing what the industry calls the finished syrup, the concentrate that will be mixed with treated water on the production line. The concentrated flavor base arrives from authorized suppliers in sealed containers. In the syrup room, it is combined with the correct proportion of sugar or approved sweetener, thoroughly mixed and passed through a fine filtration system. The resulting mixture, the finished syrup, must meet exact Brix, density, and flavor specifications before it is approved for use. Precision at this stage directly determines the taste consistency of every bottle that leaves this facility. The finished syrup is then transferred to the proportioning system, where it meets treated water and carbon dioxide for the first time. This machine precisely controls the ratio of syrup to water, monitoring accuracy in real time. The syrup and water blend is then chilled to near freezing temperatures, between 0 and 4 degrees Celsius. The chilled blend then contacts pressurized CO2F in a carbonation vessel. The carbonation level is continuously monitored and automatically adjusted. A deviation of even a fraction of a volume can be detected by trained consumers and will be caught long before it ever leaves the plant. Once the beverage is fully carbonated and blended to specification, it flows under positive pressure into the filling carousel. The intoning tiber and saline. Before any bottle reaches the filler, it passes through a bottle rinser, a machine that inverts each bottle and flushes the interior with treated water or sterile air, removing any dust or particles that may have settled during transport. Modern fillers use an isobaric filling principle. The bottle is first pressurized with CO2 to match the pressure of the liquid reservoir. Then the beverage flows in by gravity and pressure equalization rather than pumping. This prevents foam formation and preserves carbonation. The fill level is controlled to within a fraction of a millimeter, verified by electronic sensors on each filling valve. Overfill risks spills and labeling defects. Underfill is a compliance violation. Neither is acceptable. After filling, each bottle moves immediately to the capping machine, a high-speed rotary capper that torques plastic closures to a precisely defined tightness. Too loose and carbonation escapes. Too tight and the cap may crack or become difficult to remove. At this point, the bottle contains a finished, carbonated beverage, sealed and pressurized. But it still has no identity. That comes next. Every bottle that exits the capper passes through a high-speed inkjet coding station, where each bottle receives its production code, encoding the line, the date, the time, and the specific filling valve used. This makes every bottle fully traceable. This traceability code enables rapid and precise product recalls if any issue is ever identified in the field, a critical safety feature built into every single bottle produced. The bottles then move to the labeling machine. In modern facilities, a stretch sleeve labeler slips a pre-printed plastic sleeve over each bottle, which is then shrunk tightly around the bottle's contour using a heat tunnel, producing a clean, precise finish. The label application process is monitored by camera inspection systems that verify position, alignment, and completeness. A bottle with a skewed, missing, or bubbled label is automatically rejected before it proceeds. After labeling, bottles pass through a final fill-level inspection station using infrared technology, verifying each bottle is correctly filled even through an opaque label. Every bottle must pass. No exceptions. Foreign object detection systems using X-ray technology scan the contents of each bottle for any anomalous inclusions. This is one of the last and most critical quality checkpoints on the entire production line. After passing all quality checks, individual bottles are grouped by automated lane mergers and fed into the packaging machine, where they are assembled into the multi-packs consumers will find on store shelves. A shrink-wrap packaging machine groups bottles into clusters of 6, 12, or 24, wraps them in clear polyethylene film, and sends them through a heat tunnel that shrinks the film tightly around the pack. For larger distribution formats, packs are grouped onto trays or placed into corrugated cardboard cases. Every piece of downstream packaging equipment operates at speeds precisely synchronized to the upstream filling line. Completed packs move by conveyor to the palletizing area, where robotic palletizers, large multi-axis robotic arms with precision gripper heads, stack the packs onto pallets in defined, stable configurations. The palletizing pattern is designed to maximize load stability while distributing weight evenly across the pallet. Each layer is placed with the same mechanical precision, every time, without deviation. Once a pallet is fully stacked, it moves automatically to the pallet wrapping machine, where multiple layers of stretch film are wound tightly around the entire load, securing it for transport and protecting the product inside. The wrapped pallet is then conveyed to a barcode scanning station, where its complete identity, product type, quantity, production date, and destination is registered in the warehouse management system. Real-time inventory management software tracks the precise location of every pallet in the warehouse and manages the dispatch sequence to ensure product rotation follows strict first-in, first-out principles. Autonomous forklift vehicles move finished pallets silently into the finished goods warehouse, where they are stored in organized rows at the correct temperature, awaiting dispatch to distribution centers and retail outlets. Running in parallel to every production step is an extensive, multi-layered quality control program operating continuously, 24 hours obligatory. The facility's Forkvivitas moves staffed around the clock. At defined intervals, often every 30 minutes on an active production line, quality technicians collect samples from the filling carousel and perform a full battery of standard tests, including carbonation level measurement and bricks level verification. Fill volume is verified by precise weighing, cap torque is tested on a dedicated torque instrument, and organoleptic evaluation, trained tasters checking flavor, aroma, and mouthfeel, confirms the product matches the certified reference standard. Statistical process control charts are maintained for every key quality parameter. These charts allow the quality team to spot trends before they develop into defects, enabling corrective action before any out-of-specification product is ever produced. Microbiological testing is conducted on a scheduled basis. Swab samples are taken from filling valves, conveyors, and contact surfaces and cultured in the laboratory. Any indication of microbial presence triggers an immediate investigation and sanitation response. One aspect of beverage manufacturing that is invisible to casual observation but absolutely fundamental to its safety is the noning CSTIB. Every piece of product contact equipment must be thoroughly cleaned and sanitized on a defined schedule. A typical CIP cycle begins with a water rinse to remove residual product. This is followed by a hot Koffalz, then acid rinse to remove mineral scale, and finally a sanitizing agent that sterilizes all contact surfaces before production resumes. The entire CIP cycle is controlled automatically by a programmable logic controller. All data is logged digitally, creating an unbroken record confirming that every parameter of every cleaning cycle met full specification. Modern beverage facilities operate under increasing scrutiny regarding their environmental footprint. Water recovery systems capture rinse water from CIP cycles and redirect it for consumption per liter of product manufactured. Energy consumption is managed through variable speed drives on motors, heat recovery from compressor systems, and LED lighting throughout the plant. In some facilities, on-site solar or biogas energy generation further reduces the carbon footprint of every bottle produced. The PET bottles themselves are fully recyclable. Many bottle manufacturing, lightweight bottle design has progressively reduced the amount of plastic used per bottle while maintaining full structural performance. What you have witnessed today is not simply a factory. It is an engineered system of extraordinary complexity, designed to maintain that when inconceivable just a few decades ago. From the moment raw materials clear the incoming quality gate to the moment a wrapped pallet is loaded on distribution vehicle, every single step is monitored, controlled, documented. Automated sensors measure what no human hand could detect. Robotic systems perform tasks with a repeatability and speed no manual process could match. Computer systems process data from hundreds of points on the line, and at the center of it all, quality control is not an endpoint in this process. It is the continuous thread running through every single stage. From the laboratory analysis of incoming water, to the camera that rejects an imperfect bottle, to the taster confirms the flavor matches perfectly, quality is present everywhere, always. Modern bottling technology represents the very best of applied engineering. Efficient, precise, safe, and something that the product is later to be. Every single time. Cap torque testing is performed at regular intervals throughout the production shift. Each cap must meet an exact torque specification, ensuring the seal is secure enough to retain carbonation, yet easy enough for any consumer to open. At regular intervals, bottles are pulled directly from the active production line and carried to the on-site laboratory. These line samples represent the truest picture of what is being produced at any given moment. The conveyor network inside a modern beverage facility spans hundreds of meters. Every line is precisely timed and synchronized, ensuring a continuous, unbroken flow of bottles from one production stage to the next without interruption. Automatic rejection systems are positioned at multiple points along the production line. The moment a sensor detects any deviation in fill level, cap torque, label position, or foreign object, the affected bottle is instantly diverted without stopping the line. Compressed air is one of the most critical utilities in the entire facility. It powers the blow molding process, the bottle rejection systems, the conveyor transfers, and dozens of other pneumatic functions running simultaneously across the production floor. Air pressure is monitored continuously at every distribution point throughout the facility. Even a minor pressure drop can affect bottle quality in the blow molder or the reliability of pneumatic rejection systems, so consistency is non-negotiable. The facility's central control room is the nerve center of the entire operation. Operators here monitor every production line simultaneously, tracking quality parameters, machine status, and utility consumption in real time from a single location. Every machine on the production floor sends continuous data to the central control system. If any parameter drifts outside its defined range, an alert is immediately generated and the relevant operator is notified, often before any defective product is produced. Preventive maintenance is scheduled at regular intervals for every critical machine on the production line. Filling valves, capping heads, labeling units, and conveyor drives are all inspected, cleaned, and calibrated, ensuring reliability before problems can occur. Calibration of measurement instruments is performed on a strict schedule. Every sensor, meter, and gauge used in production or quality testing must be verified against certified reference standards, maintaining the accuracy that the quality program depends on. Strict hygiene protocols govern every person who enters the production area. Clean protective clothing, hairnets, and hand sanitation are mandatory before access zone where product or product contact surfaces are present. Hygiene is not a formality, it is a production requirement. The air quality inside the production hall is carefully controlled. Filtered air systems maintain positive pressure in sensitive production zones, preventing unfiltered external air from entering areas where open bottles or product contact surfaces are present. Physical performance testing is conducted on finished bottles at scheduled intervals. Drop impact tests verify that the bottle can withstand the handling it will experience during transport and retail without cracking, leaking, or losing carbonation. Burst pressure testing verifies that every bottle design can withstand internal pressures well beyond those encountered in normal production and distribution, providing a critical safety margin that protects both product integrity and consumer safety. The facility's fleet of autonomous guided vehicles operates continuously across multiple shifts. When not actively transporting pallets, they return automatically to dedicated charging stations, ensuring the fleet is always available to meet the demands of the production schedule. Every pallet in the warehouse has a known track location at all times. The warehouse management system updates in real time as pallets are moved, stored, or dispatched, providing complete inventory visibility across the entire finished goods operation. At the dispatch bay, finished pallets are loaded onto delivery vehicles in the exact sequence required for each route. The loading order is determined by the warehouse management system to maximize delivery efficiency and ensure product arrives in perfect condition. Every morning, a fleet of loaded delivery vehicles departs the facility, carrying millions of finished bottles to distribution centers, retail warehouses, and direct to customers across the region. Each loaded truck is sealed before departure, and the seal number is recorded against the truck's load manifest. This final step in the chain of custody that the product was loaded, maintaining traceability all the way to the point of delivery. Shelf stability testing is conducted on samples retained from every production batch. Bottles are stored under controlled conditions and tested at the quality, dimension, and flavor from the day of production to the last day of its best before date. Bottle design is a continuous engineering discipline. Teams of packaging engineers work constantly to optimize bottle geometry, reducing material use while maintaining structural strength, improving grip ergonomics, and meeting evolving system units. Sorted and sent for recycling. Nothing is wasted. The facility's internal recycling program ensures that all plastic waste re-enters the material supply chain rather than going to landfill. A modern beverage facility never truly stops. Even when production shifts change and the pace of the floor slows momentarily, cleaning cycles run, quality monitoring continues, maintenance teams work, and the expert demand for the product never stops. Every bottle that leaves this facility is the product of hundreds of individual steps, dozens of automated systems, continuous quality monitoring, and the expertise of the people who operate and maintain it all. This is modern manufacturing at its finest. Efficient, precise, safe, and built to last. From most drop a treat of butter to leave the body out of the dispatch count.